Well, hello everyone. How are you today? It is Sharon here, Sharon Hankins from the blog I Restore Stuff, but we're here on Essential Stencils page again for another fun DIY project. And I have Olive with me today. She has become a really, she's a really sooky girl today. I don't know, she's been just wanting lots of cuddles, so she usually runs away from me when I pick her up. So let's see how we go today, live. And I've got some treats for her on the side. But let me know where you're watching from. I'm just going to see if I can find our live here and be able to watch as comments come through because I can't see them on the phone there. So we have got some brand new packages coming out this next, well, tomorrow for me, no, 2 days for you, on Friday. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek today if you haven't seen them from other ambassadors already. I'm going to show you those. Hi Cindy, hi Gloria, how are you today? Tracy's here, how exciting. I will put the dog down, don't worry, we'll be crafting soon. But hey, it's a rare chance you get to see Olive because usually she's barking and running around, so she's been a little bit snuggly. We've got the last couple of days they've gotten a little bit more cold. So let's see how we go, and we can show some of the people, Olive, we can show them the stencils that we've got in our sneak peek on Essential Stencils website. So of course you can always use my code I Restore Stuff. That's it there. Thank you, Olive, for showing for people. We'll see how this goes. But we have some Patriotic stencils and transfers. We have some coastal, and then we have some kind of farm style ones with featuring ladybugs, which are all very cute. All right, so Olive, just hop down now on my lap. So our Patriotic ones, let's have a look at those first. Now we're going to just have to put you down. We have got some words. Now I know that a lot of people just love all the words that we have in some of the stencil sets. So the Patriotic one, 20 different pieces. So we've got all 4th of July type words: freedom, parade, Patriot, barbecue, Old Glory, 1776, Independence, Celebration, Brave, 4th of July. You can see all of those at the sneak peek link. Now the link is right there in the description of the live, and it will pop up soon from the, in the, what do you call that, the pinned comment. So Essential Stencil will pop that up soon. Lots of different words that you can use for all sorts of different signs and add to your stencil signs. So for example, here is a set of 6-piece Patriotic silhouettes that you can use, 6-piece set. We've got flags on here that go over the top of the designs, and I'll show you a close-up in a minute if I can get that close up to the camera view of the example there. But you've got the hat, the bell, Liberty Bell, and the star, and we've got flags that you can put, so those are silhouettes, and then you add the flags to go over the top of them, so that you can see that they work so together as like a layered stencil set. So you could do something like that and then put some words with your signs as I just showed you. We also have, and I saw Melissa used this one on her live this week, layering Patriotic barn quilt. So there's 3 different designs there that you can use. Actually, they all layer together. So it's not 3 different designs. It's a barn quilt, 3 pieces, but you layer them so that they all go on top of each other to create this beautiful red, white and blue Patriotic barn quilt. And then we've got our God Bless America, My Home, Sweet Home. Beautiful sign that you can do all in red, white and blue. And then we've got some brand new Patriotic All American Blossoms, this is called. Now, if you're going to be looking for this on Essential Stencils website, you won't be able to find it until Friday. You won't be able to pre-order it until Friday. So the pre-orders will start this Friday. So 2 days' time. Actually, yeah, a day and a bit, because it usually goes on pre-sale at the midnight of the day that they say. So, yes, Kimberly says words are definitely a favourite and very versatile. These ones are just gorgeous. So there's 2 different sheets in here, and some of the things on there, like for example the watering can, it's a standalone. You can add then fill it with the different things like this one's full of the red, white and blue and the flag, but there are a couple of items here like the mason jar. It's just got some stems, and then you would add the flowers that you would like on top of it. So the roses, you could add a flag to go inside. You would put that at the back of the transfers, sort of layering your transfers, so to speak. You can add a bow to here, but I like these ones that have things that I can use for other designs, especially because I'm from Australia and we don't do the American flag. We obviously have our Australian flag. I'll have to get some Australian flag transfers, but I can use them for other things. So that's a really great set right there. So these are all things that I'm showing you will be going on for pre-sale on Friday. An expected ship date, I believe, is this like the 6th of June, I feel like, Friday the 6th of June. It will be on the link there that I've added to the description of the live. So those are the things in the Patriotic bundle. So there's about 3 different bundles. Let me just go right there and have a look at them. 3 summer 2025 bundles. And I could probably just show you my computer here for just a brief second. And it'll come up like that when you click on the link that I've got there in the description of my live, which will show up there in a minute. And there's 3 different bundles. Great American Summer, Summer Bundle 2025, which has got your ladybug and your strawberry patches, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we've got the, that's got everything. With the Summer and the Patriotic and the Coastal bundles. So those then all become in the Mega Bundle. So there's 4 different bundles. So we've got the Summer, the Patriotic and the Coastal, and then we've got the blend of all 3 bundles. So you've got the Mega Bundle to get a hold of as well. So these are all on pre-sale on Friday. So the next one I want to show you, and I'll do one of these today on this lovely round. So I've pre-stained that in like a raw silk colour, which is from Fusion. But here's our bundle, which is called the Summer Bundle 2025. And I should be just checking, make sure we're all here. Everyone's loving the Patriotic ones. Yes, Gina says so many bundles to decide. So yes, if you can't decide, there is the Mega Bundle. And if you do, as always, if you do order the bundle, you're getting things at a discounted price than if you just order them singly. But they will also be available singly. So this is cute, strawberries. Now this strawberries is, I might just open that to show you because we've got a layered design here so that you don't have to try and, figure out how to put black seeds on your red strawberries. You can get it, and then we've got signs for underneath them. So see how, for example, we've got farm fresh strawberries right here and there's a space at the top. Then you could add your strawberry or your strawberries, and we've got some layers here. So for this patch of strawberries here, we'd add those strawberries and then layer that on top of this design here. So let me show you on the back here. Then we have a strawberry, we'd paint that red, and then you place this exactly over the top of that, and these you would paint black and then green for the stem. So see how we've got layered designs in there. So we've got farm fresh strawberries. So this is a 6-pack, did I say? 4. There's 4 different things in here. Then we've got the word home, and of course you would use the strawberry here to add home, make that little O. Your strawberry is an O. Then we've got life is sweet, and again you could use either the single strawberry here, or you could add your strawberries on the side up here like this. So we've got 3 different word sayings and then the strawberries to layer with those. So I thought that was just a fantastic idea. And that's for those of you who are, some people are a little bit hesitant to try the layered stencils. Well, this one's a really super simple layer to get you started on that. And that one is in the Summer 2025 bundle. It's also in the Mega Bundle. Okay, so this is I would call them sort of farm designs. Again, we've got another one, Ladybug Wishes, which has the love, which has layered ladybug design. So we've got the ladybug wings, and then we can put the dots on top of the ladybugs. And then we've got the words. So we've got love, ladybug wishes, and hello ladybug in the words for those sayings. So these are all available if you grab the link right there to the Essential Stencil has put the comment in there. I'm not sure if it's pinned to the top yet, but you'll be able to see those. That's my link, and you can also use my code if you forget the link. Use my code I Restore Stuff, and that will get you 10% off the even already great deal of the mega bundle, or any of the bundles, or the single sets. Okay, and this one is some beautiful grass. Just sometimes you need a little background to some of your stencils. So you might be doing a word stencil and you thought, I just need some kind of extra little thing. This is a beautiful summer background. So you can go nicely on our rounds. You can just pop it on the ground there and it would just go around and you would miss those little bits of grass. But you can see that there. That's the length of that is 12 by 6. And there's a bonus little mini one in the back here. So the mini one is 6 by 3. So that's a really good addition. And you could also use that for some of the other word stencils that we see coming up here. Olive, what do you want? You're not going outside. No, come and get your treat. Welcome to our strawberry patch. Now I saw someone do this. Was it Melissa? And gorgeous strawberries, which then have the strawberry seeds which layer over the top of the other piece that's inside the strawberry. So you paint the strawberries red and then you go over with the seeds, and also the insides of the little flowers that are on that as well. So that is great for a round. Welcome to our strawberry patch. Hello, my darling. And then we've got strawberry patch, pick your own, open daily with the gorgeous vintage truck there, and the strawberries that go in the back, and there's 2 pieces to that, again, are layered to make it easier for you so you don't have to try and figure out your colours for your strawberries and things. This is the one I'm going to do today. So I'll show you this one in a minute, but it basically says, please don't bug the lady, and it's got ladybugs on it. So featuring ladybugs, we'll put that aside and we'll grab that one in just a minute. The last sets I want to show you are our coastal theme sets, which I'm also going to use one of them today. I'm going to be using the words. So the words, again, like the patriotic words, there's 20 beach and coastal words. Again, you can use those for a bunch of different things. You've got boardwalk, beach, surf, sunshine, sandcastle, barefoot, waves, driftwood, seashells, and a whole bunch more, 20 different words. So word sayings, this is all in the coastal bundle. So the coastal bundle also consists of a 3-pack of a trio of jellyfish. We have got the Let Your Dreams Set Sail and Sail Away With Me 2-piece set. That's a smaller one, a 6 by 8. And then we've got the turtle. I did see Amanda do this one live on Monday. If you missed that, catch the replay. A gorgeous turtle on a round. It fits perfectly on these kind of rounds. My round is actually, I think, 11.5 inches, but it fits perfectly on a 12-inch round, but also it fits on this one too. So that's that. And then we've got Beach Bums Welcome, a 1-piece set, a single set, a nice fun one. You could even just leave off the beach bums and just say welcome. You could use that welcome for a whole bunch of other stencils that you might see. You might want to use this. See, this is the kind of thing you could use this grass set for. Just a welcome type sign with something different at the top. You can use your transfers to create all sorts of fun designs. And so that is the coastal bundle, and then all of them together would be the mega bundle. So have a look for those at the link that we've got right there in the description of the live, and I will set these aside for a minute. And I wanted to show you, let's have a look at this one first. This is going to be easy, the coastal one, and then we'll come back to the ladybug one, which says, please don't bug the lady. Who needs this one in their craft room maybe, or something like that when you're crafting? You know you don't need to be bugged. Kimberly, you're also a fan of the coastal bundle, yes. And Amanda's, her other coastal bundle is also back in stock, so while stocks last. Now, I've got this signboard. Now, I've got all my words on here ready to go because I didn't want to mess them up for the placement that I placed them on, but I'm using the beach and coastal words. So remember, this is available for pre-order on Friday. We're just giving you a sneak peek today. But don't forget to use my code, I Restore Stuff, or save that link that we've got right there in the description of the live so that you can find these easily on Friday. Usually going on sale like midnight of the Friday, so 12 a.m. Friday morning. So I've got a bunch of words and I just pulled them out, and I had this signboard that I was actually displaying. I don't know if you can see that very carefully on there. Let me just pull you down here a little closer. See if I can get this a bit closer so you can see. Wait till it catches up. I've got such a delay on my laptop beside me. So we've got some different colours on here that are just white colours, and it was actually used in my shop space too, because I sell a range of furniture paints including the fusion mineral paints. I was showcasing some of their neutrals and whites. So we've got our brightest white up here, then maybe raw silk or something here, and then another one here, and so on down the line. And so it kind of was this little transitional board, and I thought, okay, I don't need that anymore because I've got some other sample boards. So why don't I just use this as a stencil board and for hanging. So I'm going to make just, I guess you'd call it a word cloud of fun beach type words on here. And I thought we could use some fun colours. We've got this colour Heirloom, which kind of lends to coastal theme here. We've got a colour Azure, which is a very bright blue. So sometimes the bright colours might need a base colour underneath as a bit of a shadow or something. But we'll see how we go. If we needed to, we could just go real dark and go into this dark navy blue, which is also lends to a coastal theme. Then if we want to, we could add, and we've got our little transfer tool here, we could add some of these little shells and turtles and things from our coastal transfers. Sea turtles and shells is one of them, and coastal set is the other transfer set. I don't have these links on my description today, but we could add some of these in there. So let's have a look, and we'll just start painting some of these now. I might try starting in this Heirloom. Oh, honestly, I undid these earlier. Oh, Brenda, so your email said they would be ready to ship on the 30th. I believe they might be sending out another email shortly because there was one of the designs that was delayed, and so they will make available they're going to do the pre-orders on the 30th, and then the shipping date will just change slightly. So we'll be able to pre-order, but the shipping date, so they will let you know about that if they haven't already sent out that email. So I just thought I'd let you know, give you a heads up. We only just got that notification this morning, so obviously they've only just been informed themselves that one of the designs is delayed. So no problem, because I know how excited you all are to get these. Shipping will start, I think it's the following week, the 6th of June. It'll be on there. All right, my stencil brushes are right here. Olive, I'm going to use a smaller one, a 1/2 inch brush, because they're small fonts, these words, so some of them are quite skinny, really thin letters. And so I've just kind of placed them all. I've got one here. Hopefully they're sort of evenly spaced a little bit. We've got some long words, some shorter words, then short, then long. I've got a long word in the middle. I've kind of gone a little bit like that. So let me just give her something else, another treat. Come here. Come on. Where's your thing? Where's your bone? Come on. We've got some freeze-dried treats in here, and of course you like those, don't you? And that'll keep you busy for like a whole 2 seconds probably. Okay, go find it, throw it over the other side. Oh no, guys, I have tossed it underneath the couch, and she is never going to be able to get that. Olive, I'm sorry, I'll have to get that later. Lucky I've got another. All right, we'll go the other way. That was going to be a disaster. I could see myself, I was going to have to crawl under the couch. Lucky I had a spare. Okay, Brenda, I'm excited for you to get this bundle too. Oops, I dipped my brush in upside down. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, we're back. We'll see how this colour goes. We've got some tape in case we need it, but I just think it might be okay to, if any of the letters were a little bit close to the edge, I might want to tape so that I don't get the paint off the edge of the words, but I think we're going to be okay. So that whole, I'm only just running out towards the end here, but that has covered one word so far pretty easily. And if you're new to stenciling, please let us know in the comments if you're brand new to stenciling. Oh, she knows that it's under the couch. Now she's going to be scratching the couch. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you're brand new to stenciling, let us know. But for those of you who have been stenciling a while, you will know that we offload the brush to get off as much paint as we can. Yeah, I like that colour. I think that stands out nicely. So I'm not sure if I should go some different colours. Maybe we could do some mix and match with a bit of navy blue. So I might just pop this in a wet cloth, and we'll sort of do every now and then. Or I could just do all the ones I want to do. So let's do like every second one over here like this. I'm sorry, Olive, it's way under there and you're probably not going to get it. Let's do this one. So we've got sunshine over here. And so what I'm doing is just doing a little wriggle to make sure that I don't have too much on the brush. Little wriggles. Who's looking forward to summer? It is almost our winter. Usually the 1st of June marks our 3 months of winter here in Australia. So we are getting cooler weather here, and I'm glad for all of you getting the warmer weather. For us here, we do, I know I enjoy the cooler months because our summers in Australia are really, especially up here in Queensland, are very, very hot. And usually we only have about a month of really cold. And to us, really cold is probably not that cold at all for some of you. Look, guys, I'm just going to have to shift this couch really quickly so I can get her treat from underneath it. Oh my goodness. Olive, me shifting furniture just for the dog halfway through a stencil live. Okay, now adding another bit here. Now I've got, it looks a little bit faint at the top, but that's okay. We're going for a nice beachy look. Imagine this sign has been knocked about by the waves. Brenda says it feels like it's already summer in Texas. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, oh, should we do the middle one? Let's do that one. Or maybe we could do this, a bit of both. I'll do a half. Half stenciled this colour blue, and I'll do half in that navy blue that I thought we would do, midnight blue. So I've done this one, let's go. Okay, let's go this one again. I know, because we've got this here, I just thought, no, we'll do that. We don't always have to have a rhyme or reason, do we? But I like to have one. Like now, why would I go here instead of over there? You're finished your treats now, Olive. No asking for more. No come begging. No come begging. And then we've got this driftwood. Finished. Question from Christy. How do you fix it when some paint bleeds under the stencil? I tried to paint over the bleeding, but you can tell it's darker or different. Yeah, it is really tricky, which is why I can't stress enough. It's better, prevention is better than the cure. in this case as well. So yeah, really having hardly anything on your brush and practicing a lot on a piece of cardboard. But if you do make the mistake of having too much on your brush and then you get bleed through underneath, what did you try? You tried to fix it by painting over the bleeding. Sometimes you can fix it by waiting till it's completely dry and then getting a little bit of sandpaper and sanding off. It depends on the stencil. So some stencils, like these words, it would be nearly impossible. They're very tight together to try and fix. If it was a lot of bleeding, like all over the place, it would be really tricky to try and fix that with a bit of sandpaper. But there are some stencils where if you think, oh, it's just over this one edge, you could get a tiny piece of sandpaper, say this is your piece of sandpaper, fold it over so that you've got a little edge, and then just get it in there and just wriggle it around really gently across the edges of your stencil. I've done it that way. The other way is to, if you have done a lot of bleeding, it may just be better to wait until it's completely dried and actually sand it, and you may have to patch up the base coat or your underneath colour. So sand it off. You may not get all of the words off or whatever your design is. Sand it back and repaint your base, and you may still see the words in there. That's okay. Then put your stencil back over the top and make sure you've got hardly any on a brush. Sometimes it literally is a case of we're going to have to sand that back and start again. But yeah, you can use the finer detail brushes. Essential Stencil sells those in a set of 5, and there's fine brushes. But yeah, sometimes you can tell. But also, sometimes I think we judge our work a little bit more critically than others do. And you would be surprised at people who might look at your piece and go, really? I can't even tell that that was a mistake there, you know? So, yeah. Yes, I'm loving the words too. Let's see if I can find another small 1/2-inch brush here. That's why it's good to have a couple of sets of these stencil brushes. You can use my code I Restore Stuff for getting anything from Essential Stencil site. So that includes the brushes and everything. This is Midnight Blue. Olive, leave it, leave it. So I'm just going to go now with the Midnight Blue. Come here. Where's your bone? Go find your bone. Go find your bone. And we'll go over, let's do this one in the center first, because I was doing this like a 1/2 and 1/2 design. I'll wait till that's dry, and then I might just give a little bit more of a blend to this letter C, because I think I should have done, yeah. Okay, I could do the letter C with the Midnight Blue, because it is Sandcastle. That's probably makes more sense. I was thinking 1/2, but then Sandcastle, you'd kind of split the word in the 2 words. Sandcastle, Sandcastle. All right. Now I'll go over these ones. Beach, just kind of leaving it around about the same amount of gap on the sides, or maybe you want it a little bit closer. But we could add a seashell in there or something like that. So, okay, we don't have much left on there. We're grabbing another little bit. Is anyone working on any crafts tonight? Let us know in the comments there. And also don't forget to let us know if you're brand new to stenciling. We would love to encourage you, if you have started on your way and you have any questions about stenciling, just like someone did before, just ask your questions in the comments. We've got lots of people here who have done, excuse you, what are you smelling? What are you sniffing? No. We've got lots of people who have been stenciling for years who can help in the comments, and if they can't help, I will always try and get to your questions afterwards. Here we go. Cute. I like those 2 colours. I think they'll work well together. We've got surf, and now notice how the different words also have differing fonts. Some are thicker fonts than others, and some are really thin lettering. So it's lovely to be able to create a fun word wall like this, or word cloud, that represents whatever the theme is. Okay, I think this is good. Let's have a look. We can always add more if we think it needs to change. Actually, I will go over that with the other colour in just a minute. Barefoot. Of course we need to be barefoot on the sand. Because I'm looking at these back upside down, I keep thinking they're back to front also, but I know you would tell me if these were back to front. Hi Tiffany, welcome. Yes, I know that some people often will jump on halfway through a live, and that's totally fine. You can always catch the replay at the beginning. But yes, I will also mention, for those who've just joined us since we started our live several minutes ago, that these stencils I'm showing today are part of the brand new summer collection. There's a summer bundle coming out. Pre-orders start on Friday, so I'm giving you a sneak peek today of some of those. And so I did go through the whole entire set and showed you them all, but there is a link right there in the description of the live and in our pinned comment that you can click on that link. It'll take you to the different bundles that will be available for pre-sale. You can have a look what's in the bundles. There's 3 different themed bundles, and then there's the mega bundle, which includes everything, all of the summer stencils. So there's the coastal one, which I'm working on one of the sets from that bundle here now. And then there's a farm, or just a summer one. I'd say summer, because it includes ladybugs, it includes strawberries, and but it's got some fun farmy kind of themed stencils. So we've got coastal, that, and the patriotic one. So we've got some great patriotic stencils in there, perfect for 4th of July things. And your summer fun. Okay, so we've got these ones done, this one's done, and then this one in the centre, I just wanted to grab this heirloom colour again, get a little bit more on the brush, and go over that letter D, making sure that's all solid. All right. Oh, it's stuck on here, there we go. So there's all our words. Now there's 20 words in that set altogether. And this is in the coastal bundle, all part of the big mega summer bundle that's coming out and available for pre-sale on Friday. You can use my code IRestoreStuff and get 10% off that. Now let's have a look at some of those. Now I'm just going to wash those after my live, so I'll soak them in a bit of water and add some awesome spray or something. Let's have a look at some of these shells and things that are in the transfer sets. These are already available, so if you want any transfers with these coastal kind of things, you can grab those on the website already. This one is called Sea Turtles and Shells, and then you just have to use my code IRestoreStuff and get your 10% off. There's a couple of little shells in there. We've also got this set over here that's got, it's called Coastal Set, and it has some cute items like shells and starfish and turtles also. Add some of those on here. Most of the transfer sets come in a set of 2 sheets of transfers, so you can see there's a lot to pick from. We've got seagulls flying in the sky to all sorts of fun things. Grab my scissors. Might as well cut that little bit off. And I'll show you how these transfers work. So we've got, also remember there's a new Patriotic transfer coming out as well. So let's see if any of these might fit. I'm not sure about this large shell, although we could make that fit somewhere. Nice orange colour. We've got, what are these ones called? Does anyone know their shells? Could add a couple over here. Could add a little turtle. Another shell up here. This round one might be a little bit too big. What about a starfish? Easy. That could go right in the centre here. So we've got our new tools for transfers. Transfer tool. This is a little bit easier than the ones that we used to have. Maybe I'll pop that one down here and add this in the centre up the top. No, I'm not. I'm going to do that. I feel like that's a better fit. So we just remove the paper backing, and this really rubs it a lot harder, and it's a little bit easier to grip. I call it a transfer tool, so if you're looking for that on the Essential Stencil site. There we go, all done. Cute little shell for the centre up here. We've almost got a boardwalk of stencils and transfers up here. I love this cute turtle. This shell looks a little large. I'm not sure what else I could put on here. I do have some others. I've already cut out from this one here. Sea turtles and shells. Yolanda, you have these transfers? That's amazing. You'll be able to do some of the fun things we're doing here. Olive? No. Okay, there's another one. This shell, I feel like it's a little big. Just want some more subtle ones. It's also a brighter colour. Oh, look at that colour of this. I love the colours in those little turtles as well. But I think we'll stick to the neutral toned shells and things. That one might be a little better. Olive, settle down. Smaller one, or maybe just another starfish down here. That would look cute. It will be a larger one. I don't have another starfish that's small. Oh, there she goes. Oh, we could just do another. Oh, there's one. Found one. Oh, a large seagull. Oh, Olive. Oh, she's so loud. I'm so sorry, everybody. Woo. Hold my microphone over. Yep, it's probably the mailman. It's probably what's going on. All right, we'll add a little starfish down to the bottom. Yes, it's that time every week, isn't it? Oh, I think I moved my transfer and it might have just come off and reattached in the wrong place. But that's okay, we will just work with it. I don't think anyone will be able to tell. Like I say, sometimes we can tell that something's wrong, but other people won't be able to. Oh, I'm trying to get my nails under this. I've still got my nails from my daughter's wedding, and I'm just not used to having gels on my nails. It just makes them thicker and harder to dig under to get things. Olive, quiet. Good, quiet. Okay, I'll move this one over here. Okay, you'll just have to turn your volumes down because I'm sorry I can't do anything about the dog right now. Look how quick these transfers are going on. These are going on super cute and super fast. Olive, you need to keep busy. Let's see if you can find a toy. Bring your toy. Come on. Little turtle. If there's any little pieces of transfer that are still stuck to the plastic, you just have to lay it back down. And I always go over it with my fingers. these. Actually, let's do these two because they're together on the transfer sheet itself. It'll be easier, and there's one dark one and one lighter one. Put them down. Olive, hey, put them down together, and then we'll start on our ladybug stencil. It's going to be so much fun. There we go. How was that? All finished. A cute sign. Pop these away. And move on to our next stencil. Now these stencils, those transfers that I just showed you now are from, they're old ones that we've had for going for a while at Essential Stencil. But all of the stencils themselves, and the ones I showed at the beginning of our live, you'll see that they are from our brand new summer set of stencils and transfers. That will be available for pre-order. Sorry, my microphone keeps slipping. They'll be available for pre-order on Friday. So here is my round, and this is the original colour. It was just a little, we got them at our Kmart over here, these boards, because they sell a lot of crafty things here. I know that Kmart's in the US are kind of closing down, but we've still got a few here. And they were selling all these craft boards, and this one is about 11.5 inches, so that's the original colour, and then I've sort of stained it with raw silk, which is one of the fusion mineral paint colours. So I am using a few fusion colours today. If you want to use my code over at the fusion link that I've got in our description of the live, you can also get 10% off their products as well. Mary, your beach is your happy place. That's beautiful. It is a lovely place. I think anywhere where you've got water, it just is really relaxing. So waterfalls, rivers, creeks, the ocean, so beautiful. Okay, so this is a 2-piece set. I might as well just take out the whole thing. And then we've got our ladybug. Doesn't say which one to put down first, but I'm telling you, I will figure it out. We'll figure it out together. So please don't bug the lady. It's a 12-inch door hanger, so it is 12 inches wide. And I think that my words may just go slightly over the edge, but that's okay. Some of my ladybugs might go over the edge also. Okay, so we've got the etching around the edge. You may not be able to see that very well, but if I hold it up, you can see there's an etching right around the very perimeter or diameter, whatever you call that, the surrounds of the circle, the outsides of the circle, circumference of the circle. Is that a thing? There we go. So if I do that, yes, that is what we're going to do. So we're putting this down first. Yes, Angie, we've still got Kmart here in Australia, so I know you're all jealous. But you guys have got Walmart. We do not have Walmart. We kind of have Big W, which I feel like that's like a similar place to Walmart here in Australia. Okay, so I've got the bug, lady, and these little wings. Now they're all going to be red. If you're in doubt, you could look at the sign that they've got here. So for those of you who are a little bit cautious or a little bit hesitant to do the layered stenciling, this one is perfect. It's simply 2 layers, 2 colours. Well, if you count your background colour, there's 3. So you'll do like a white background or a wood background, whatever you like. I've got wood, slightly stained white, whitewashed background, I would call it. And then we are going down with the red because, and if you think about it, we want our dots to go on top of the wings. So our wings, the dots will be black, the lines will be black, and all of these dots will go over our words. So let's have a look for our red. We've got this gorgeous Fort York red, which is Fusion's brightest red colour. And I think that they've got another colour called cranberry, which I was thinking that actually covers a lot better. So I'll have a look and see if I can grab that really quickly. It's called cranberry, and it's a deeper, more vintage red, I would call it. A little bit more vintage. And even if you do want to go over the top with the brighter red, the cranberry colour is deeper and it covers well. So that can go on as a base, and then you could go over it with the red. So we've got our background. Olive, keep busy. I need to give you something to do. I'm trying to look for sort of the grain of the wood so I can sort of get it a little bit more stable. Now, I remind you that my board is not 12 inches. It's not quite 12 inches. It's more like 11 and a half. So if you do have a 12-inch board, so much better for you to do that, because you'll get a lot better coverage width-wise on your piece. Okay, I'm getting a 3/4 inch brush here. Olive. Bobby says we'll trade you Walmarts for your Kmarts anytime. Really? I thought Walmart had pretty much everything over there. Okay, so we've got cranberry. Oh, this is a little runny. We'll see how well it covers. If it doesn't cover as well, we'll do a second coat. Okay, I feel like I've got too much on my brush. We will probably have to do a second coat. Holding this down tightly because we don't want it to go anywhere. And if you did want it to, if you did want to use some tape, you could roll some tape. You know how you roll it against itself and stick it under here and put it under one of these spots where there's no stencil, and that will hold it in place a little bit better for you. But it's not too bad. It's not too hard to just hold that still. So that's what we'll do. And now we've got all our ladybug wings. This is a really cute summer decor sign. A little door hanger for your front door maybe. Some of you who make wreaths may make a wreath, and this could sit in the center of your wreath. Little ladybug. Don't bug the lady. Please don't bug the lady, it says. So it's a cute little pun, funny sign. Who would use this maybe on your craft room? Or maybe you're a mum who just likes to have some alone time every now and then. You've got lots of kids running around and you just want to have some me time. Maybe you're working in an office and you might not need this sign on your door. Adding a little bit of that red again. It does look a lot brighter when I've put it on this white, and probably it's got a little bit of I don't know, it's just a little bit more translucent than some of the other colours because of the pigments in it. That goes with any paint line. You get some of those brighter reds and blues. The pigment in them, it doesn't allow for really good coverage. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll move my little paint blob away because I don't want that to get dried out. I'm going to hit that with the hairdryer. Okay, some of you are asking about the Fusion Mineral Paint, and yes, I'm a retailer for Fusion Mineral Paint here in Australia, and so that is what I do here, and I stock some in my shop here. But for the USA and Canada, you're able to get 10% off using my code IRESTORESTUFF at the link that is there in the comments, and that ships directly from Canada or USA for you guys. Or you can find your own local retailer of Fusion Mineral Paint, probably somewhere on their website if you prefer to find someone local. But some people don't live near a local retailer, so please feel free to use my affiliate link. And Olive, quiet. Come. So there we go. We're getting a better coverage now. I can see, you're not seeing so much of the wood through the red pigment of the paint, and it's just giving it a bit of a, because what's happened is that that first coat has kind of created a base layer, sealed in that wood a bit more, and giving it a good coverage. This is going to look cute when we add the little black dots and all of the ladybug trails. So remember, if you haven't done a lot of stenciling, just practice on a piece of cardboard. That's one of my best tips. And also practice just taking more and more paint off your brush. So you can see I've got a little bit of red paint blob right here, and I just keep getting that, dragging it, and then offloading on the brush a lot of that paint. So you're offloading as much as you can. And it's almost dry. It's like a dry brush method. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. We haven't got someone here to help me today. Okay. So that's the red done. Let's have a look at that. Wow. That is really a nice red. I'm happy with that. I was going to go over it with that bright Fort York red, but I think the cranberry is really nice. I like it. So we'll, let's see, we'll leave that over here. So there's our first layer. Remember, we've got 2 layers to this set. And then I'm going to use Fusion's Coal Black. That's a really nice true black. Olive, come. Come on. Quiet. Come here. Here's our second layer. And we're going to put that exactly over our little ladybug. We can see where the ladybug's wings will go. So if you line that all up, it should line up correctly. Also, if you did want to tape it, you could mark the very edges of your sign. And then also our little dots will go over the edges of our words. So if you can line up everything, it just all should line up correctly. The edges of the dots, yep, that one's edge is right on there. Right in the corner, there's a little corner right here. Let me see if I can get you any closer. I'm just not sure if that will. Okay. There we go. See how that goes. And then you might be able to see a bit more of the stencil itself. So I can see the little wings are lining up. And then we're going to go over with our black. It probably doesn't matter if it's not precise, exact. But you get the general idea. So then all of the rest is going to be in black. So my word, it comes out a little bit, like I said, my board is not exactly, what did I say? 12 inches. It's 11 and a half or something like that. Okay, so this one we've got some fine areas, we've got some words. I might just go with your average size, what is this one, 5/8 inch brush. We'll dip that in our coal black. I've got a big blob of paint on my brush, so I definitely don't want all of that. I'll turn my board around slightly and blob that down on here. Wiping it off, and then I'll go back and collect that as I need it. So what I need to do is offload as much as I can off the brush. And then I'm going to start with these words at the top. Now I've got hardly any on the brush, and so it shouldn't bleed underneath the stencil. And if we do need to go over with the black, we can do that, but it seems to be covering okay so far. It's a lot better to do 2 thin coats than do 1 slightly thicker coat and risk that paint bleeding all underneath your stencil. I'm going to turn that stencil around the corner if I can. Could do that too, maybe. Okay, so I'm going back in here. I'm going to grab a little bit of that wetter black and drag it down to where I can offload the paint. Go over this word in here. I can feel that I need a little bit more on my brush, so grabbing that as well. Yolanda says, I stenciled today. I'm doing 2 light coats and being patient. That's the key, isn't it? 2 light coats is better than 1 coat that has got too much paint on your brush and then you've got to try and fix it. We were talking about that earlier. It's a lot harder to fix the mistake once it's there. So it's better to avoid it in the first place by just having a little bit of paint on your brush. Because if you know, oh, there's not enough paint, just add a bit more. But if you've got too much, too late. It's going to make a mess. You're going to create fuzzy edges and all sorts of things. Okay, grabbing a little bit more brush paint on the brush. Now we're just doing the dots, and these black dots are going over the top of the words. I thought that was pretty clever. Olive. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're up to mischief. If you know that I'm busy, you can tell I'm busy. Olive, leave it. Cutest little dots on our ladybug word. Yeah, Gloria suggested also when you brush from the edge of a stencil toward the center, it can also help reduce bleeds, and that's true, especially for those stencil areas that are large, brushing in from the center. That can't always work for ones like this where I've got little tiny dots. If you've got little tiny dots, it's better to just have hardly anything on the brush because you can't kind of go to the center of the dot. You're actually around the other side already, you know. So I advise do not have very much paint on your brush. Now we're going to go around some of these little dots. And some people like to stipple on their, while they're stenciling. Let me see if I can just move this slightly. Oh, I thought it was in the right place. That's okay. I'm going to leave it. You could go over with a second coat on there. I've got a few minutes left. Let's see how we go. And those little trails, they could just be little wisps of trails. They don't have to be fully dotted black, you know what I mean? So I'll go for really strong black on the lady beetles, ladybugs. And then on the little flying trails, I might just go really light-handed on that and see if we can create a bit more of a little rustic look. Okay, so this little ladybug is going over the edge of my sign. Not sure if I'll get all the details in. There we go. Cute little bug. Just going over some areas where I think it just needed an extra coat. And now let's just go over these trails. Whimsical little trails, roughly. So in other words, I've got not much black paint on my brush right now because I've offloaded it on all the ladybugs. So I'm just going to see how that looks if I just hardly have anything on the brush. And you can see it's almost like a shadow of a trail. Just adds a bit of guess you'd say a bit of texture, so to speak. It's just a bit of dimension. That's probably a better word. A little bit of dimension, making those lighter and the others bigger. All right, here's the big reveal. Are you ready for it? Our 2-layered stencil. That is cute. Please don't bug the lady. How do you like that? And see how the trails are, what I'm meaning by the trails, I've just sort of lightly done those. I haven't done them really pressed heavily in those areas. All right, so there you go. Please don't bug the lady. And there we go. So that was a lot of fun. So there you go. Those are stencils that are all from, except for these transfers that I used in this one. These are all from our new summer 2025. Oops, that's not going to lift up very high. Summer 2025 collection. Pre-orders start on Friday, so don't miss out. And don't forget, you can order each bundle separately, or you can order them all together in the mega bundle, or you can order them singly. No matter what you choose to do, if you use my code IRESTORESTUFF on any of those options, you can still get 10% off your entire order. If you need to add brushes to that, if you need to add the little stencil tools to that, it will all get taken off. That 10% will get taken off if you use my code. So there's our designs we did today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again next week for another fun live DIY project. Thanks again. Bye. And from Olive too, our little mischievous dog. See you later, guys. Bye.